Hey, yo, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Ta1k podcast. On this podcast, we'll talk with the one instead of an L because on this podcast, we always keep it 100. All right, let's get into it today. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I can't wait. It's every time Thanksgiving come around is a long time coming because it's my favorite holiday. I guess because my birthday is in November, and then my birthday plus Thanksgiving and then Christmas, like those are my favorite type of holidays that come around the corner is around my birthday. And so yeah, man, happy Thanksgiving to you and you. Thank you for joining the show today. Episode 31, we are here, baby. Episode 30 was last week. That was a nice little episode that we had. This episode is coming with my first Thanksgiving episode. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm all of the above. Yeah, words can express how happy and how excited I actually am for this Thanksgiving season, this whole holiday season period. Last holiday season in my in my 20s, I just turned 29. I'll be 30 next November 17th. I can't wait for that to come around, that to happen. Oh yeah, man, there's just so much to be thankful for. What are you thankful for? Tell me in the comment section what you guys are thankful for. I am thankful for life itself. Not only life itself, I am thankful for my family, mom, dad, grandmother. She's visiting on this Thanksgiving too. I'm very happy for her, very thankful for her. My kids, my wife, my sister-in-laws, my friends that I've met over the years, my dear friends that I've met recently, my best friends from back home. I'm thankful to be able to be sitting here doing this podcast. I'm thankful to be able to see, to talk, to walk, to feel me hug my children, feel me hug my wife. I'm thankful for all of that, man. I'm thankful because not only can it be taken away in an instant, it's also like it's really a privilege to have that. Not everybody has those intangibles. To everybody else, it seems normal, but to some people, they don't have that quite intangibles in them to do so. So I pray for those people every day. I try to tell my wife too, and really everybody in my family to be encouraged about my son XJ, who is nonverbal autistic. But I literally tell him to be encouraged and be hopeful because, dude, it can be way worse. He can be in a wheelchair. He can not know exactly who anybody is, and or he can just not be here at all. And I'm glad that he's here, fully healthy, able to talk as much as he can. He can't really talk clear words, but he tries to so hard. He plays hard. He watches movies hard. He does everything. He does everything to not only my liking, to my loving, and I love him for that. I love my whole family. I love everybody, man. I'm thankful for all of you guys basically being a part of my life. Thank you guys so much. Stay blessed and stay up. All right, favorite part about Thanksgiving. What's your favorite part about Thanksgiving? Me, of course, it's the food. Like, come on, man. I'm a fat guy. Okay, I got my dad bod for a reason. I'm a fat guy. I'm a foodie. I love my food. Okay. Besides the food though, I say recently it hasn't really happened much because we're all grown now. Me and my cousins are all grown now. We got bills to take care of. We actually got families of our own to take care of. And we don't really meet up per se like we used to back in the days. But that's still one of my favorite parts, man, having people come in. Like my grandma came and visit for this Thanksgiving. It's fun being here with her. It's fun when I can go and probably visit all my family members. Seeing them on Thanksgiving was always my favorite part because I knew we were going to act a fool. I knew somebody was going to be asking to spend the night over somebody's house. The food was going to be A1, of course. But yeah, man, chilling with my cousins and my friends on Thanksgiving was always the favorite part because, like I said, man, we always had fun. We always probably gonna spend the night with somebody's house, and we just always knew how to make a good time out of sometimes nothing. All right, so yeah, man, thankful for all my family and friends. Thankful for all the intangibles that I have in life that I can keep going and that they're not being taken away. Thankful for you guys, like I said. Thankful for all the memories that I've had over the Thanksgiving times. Okay, really thankful, because you never know what's really you have and what you got really until it's gone. And sometimes I try to tell myself that and repeat that because I don't want to praise it when it's gone. I want to praise it while it's here. So continue to think that within yourself, man. Praise whatever you have right now while it's here. Don't wait till it's gone and then be mad and crying about, oh, well, I could have, you could have, should have, could have, would have, but you did it. Okay, go do it right now. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Yeah. So besides the food, besides the cousins, recently also being able to spend time with my kids and them develop a new skill every year and develop a new hobby or develop a new interest every year, and seeing them do that on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but most of Thanksgiving is always fun. Watching football, to trying to learn how to cook, trying to learn how to do something, period. Getting into cheerleading and trying to show cheer moves. My son just showing off dance moves. Anything that they do on a year basis and they get better at and they show it off, that's kind of becoming the favorite part of Thanksgiving for me. Knowing that they're probably going to be getting into stuff and that they're going to be trying to show it off. They try to show off their dance moves like people try to show off the food. Trying to show off the food when you come into another Thanksgiving area or Thanksgiving place, and you brought something, mac and cheese, you brought the casserole, you probably brought the turkey, and you trying to show off that, like, look, I can cook. Look at what I cook. People try to show, but you'll be surprised. People try to show off. Show off bad, man. I remember I cooked a couple of dishes for Thanksgiving. I definitely tried to show off. I'm trying to put my whole foot in it so everybody could talk about it and be like, hey, next year, this and that. Hey, I love to be that go-to person. It's people out there that love to be that go-to person of, ooh, we want you to cook the food for Thanksgiving. We want you to cook. Me personally, I love to cook, and I would love to cook for Thanksgiving. But at the same time, I'd rather be lazy sometimes. Then last and not least, the favorite part of Thanksgiving, of course. Just like I said on the 4th of July episode, the favorite part of 4th of July, of course, it's the fireworks. It's the barbecue. It's the chilling with family and friends. But at the end of the day, sitting down, having a nice cold beer, watching baseball is what 4th of July is all about. Same thing go for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, you have your food. You didn't already prayed over the food. You probably had your plate. Probably going to get a second plate because you probably got stoned before you got there. Okay, you're going to get your second plate. And then as you get the second plate, or you're done with the first plate, or whatever you do, you get you a nice cold beer, a nice cold glass of eggnog, a nice cold glass of something pumpkin spice or whatever you want to drink. And then you sit down and you watch the Dallas Cowboys the Dallas Cowboys play. Okay? You watch the Lions play and whoever else. The Lions and Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. I always wonder why the Lions do. This year, I'm happy that they play on Thanksgiving. The Lions looking real good. But football is the best thing to me about Thanksgiving. You got good and full. Like I said, you get your beverage, your drink of choice. You come to the couch. You come to the chair. You stand up if you want to, and you're sitting there watching football. 4 quarters of football, man, and you never can get tired of it. Also got a couple of basketball games going on, college basketball games going on, I think. College football games for sure. But definitely NFL games are what I am not only thankful for, but I feel like that's the best part of Thanksgiving. Okay. So, with that being said, have some fun on this Thanksgiving. Tell somebody that you love them. To somebody that you probably haven't spoke to because of some petty reason. That you might have towards them or they have towards you. It don't matter. Squash that and say, hey, I love you, fam. And keep it going because that's all we got, man. And beefing over nothing is the silliest beef on the planet, if you ask me. All right. Going back to some food, man. Food is one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving. You got the dressing, you got the mac and cheese, you got the mashed potatoes, you got the turkey, green beans, you got the fried chicken, you got the ham. Any type of casserole, green bean casserole, hash brown casserole. It's probably some casseroles I never even heard of before out there. Greens and greens and sweet potato pie, pecan pie. I don't really like sweet potato pie myself, but pecan pie I can smash. Pumpkin pie, I don't like that either. But like all of the above. Banana pudding. Let me hear it, guys. I want to hear your top 3 Thanksgiving foods of all time. Tell me in the comment section. Tell me what you think about it. What is your top 3 Thanksgiving foods of all time? Okay, for me, of course, I'm going to go ahead and get number 1 out the way. The number 1 spot for me would have to be the dressing. Or, in some other people's language, stuffing. Stuffing or dressing, same thing, kind of. I know it's not the really same thing, but same terminology. Okay, so stuffing or dressing / stuffing, that's the number 1. Because you can't go wrong with that. I put that on my plate every year. I don't care if I go to a restaurant, go to eat lunch with my kids at school. When I used to be in school, especially back in the days, it didn't matter who made the dressing. I put it on my plate. Or the stuffing, I put it on my plate. That dressing / stuffing always was the first thing. If not the first thing, for sure the second. It's going to get on my plate somehow. It got on my plate. Okay, so dressing is the number 1 spot. Okay, number 2 for me, of course, is a known favorite. Known favorite to a lot of people. A lot of people love this dish, but for me, I absolutely love it. Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is something that if you fuck up mac and cheese, I probably would never talk to you ever again in my life. Just throwing that out there that I would never talk to you ever again in my life. Speaking of that, dude, I watched a video not too long ago on Instagram. This chick, a black chick, who was married to a white dude, she was making this mac and cheese. She had the noodles, she had the pepper jack cheese, the cheddar cheese, mozzarella. Like, she had hella cheese in there, and she had the milk and everything, salt and pepper seasoning looking good. Dude, when I say that mac and cheese that looked like that was about to be some of the best mac and cheese ever. Until this lady put raisins in this mac and cheese. I swear to God, go look this up. She put raisins in this mac and cheese. The amount of hatred I have for this lady, I never met her in my life. She doesn't know I exist. I really don't know who she is and if she still exists. All I know is, lady, you are disgusting. And you are low-key dead to me, because putting raisins in any type of food is already nasty. But putting raisins in fucking mac and cheese is outrageous, and you need to be arrested today. Arrested. All right, but yeah, mac and cheese, dressing / stuffing is number 1. Mac and cheese is number 2. For me, top 3, even out the playing field or even out my list. Number 3, I have ham. Ham is actually pretty good to me. Not only can you not go wrong with ham, you can have ham with any size: mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, green beans, greens, yams. It don't matter. It goes with everything. The absolute best part about ham is if you have enough ham the next day after and you make that ham sandwich with maybe a scoop of mac and cheese on it or on the side. Get you some gravy. Dude, best ham sandwich ever. The best ham sandwich ever are the ham sandwiches that come after Thanksgiving. From the ham after Thanksgiving. The day after. Now, don't do that a week after, 2 weeks. Come on now. But a day after is perfectly fine. Okay. So, top 3. Dressing / stuffing, mac and cheese, and ham. Those are my top 3 Thanksgiving foods of all time. Those are my top 3. Like I said a second ago, speaking of Thanksgiving, when you have your food and you got your plate, to the people who's cooking or to the people who's making plates and making leftovers, you have approximately 3 days. So you have until, let's see, what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I give you 4 days really till Sunday. That Sunday, Monday, I give you those days. But after that, after Sunday, throw those leftovers away. If you still have leftovers after Sunday, you have a problem. If I go into your refrigerator and it's March 17th, 2025, and I see in your refrigerator or your freezer some dressing that we had from Thanksgiving, you deserve to be arrested. Arrested. So don't stretch out that food, man. Let that food go. Okay, you got Thanksgiving again. It happens every year. And on top of that, you really don't need Thanksgiving. You can just buy and make the dressing or make whatever whenever you want. Why not go do that? I know nobody really thinks about it until it's time like Thanksgiving, but still, if you wanted it that bad, you will go make it. But shout out to everybody, all the families out there. Be safe traveling. If you are out there traveling, my sister-in-law is traveling from Kansas all the way down here. Safe travels to you. Safe travels to everybody that's flying. Safe travels to everybody that's driving. Safe travels to everybody that's doing some sort of travel. It is crazy out here. It's wild out here. Just please make it home. Make it there, have fun, and please make it back home, because the world don't want to see. Well, we don't want to see the world without you, and so we want y'all to be safe. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being a part of what I got going on for my Thanksgiving episode. My Thanksgiving episode is always going to be lit and epic. My episodes, period, are always going to be lit and epic. But this Thanksgiving, this is my first one. I'm super proud of not only myself, my team that's with me, people helping me make shirts, making all types of merch, helping me get subscribers, helping me get people to follow on the Instagram page, keeping up with the YouTube pages, keeping up with the TikToks. Thank you, everybody who's played a part in what you do to help me succeed for Talking 100 Podcast. Okay, we all thank you. We are all thankful. Thank you guys so much. All right. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Safe travels. But let's get into some real topics, some sports topics. Okay. Of course, I said earlier, one of the best parts about Thanksgiving is NFL, right? NFL comes on. You have 3 games that stretch all day. That's lovely. You can eat and watch football all day. That's one of my favorite things to do. Eat and watch football all day. Talking about one of the teams that's going to be playing on Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure they are playing on Thanksgiving. The Giants. The Giants released Daniel Jones some days ago. The Giants are terrible, and they're probably more than likely going to fire their coach at the end of the year. What's next for the Giants? What's next for Daniel Jones and the Giants? Daniel Jones, in my opinion, should go to the Cowboys. Cooper Rush is not it. And for people saying, well, we got Trey Lance. Well, if you got Trey Lance would have been playing. But he's not. He's behind Cooper Rush. And Cooper Rush looks terrible. So why not bring in a veteran vet who's familiar with the NFC East, who can come in and start? Daniel Jones is not terrible. He was just in a terrible organization. Now, I get it. He does have tendencies of being terrible. He doesn't have your full pocket awareness. He doesn't have your full superstar quarterback capability to be a superstar quarterback. We get that, but at the same time, it's easy to work with him. So why not keep on working with him? And from the way that it fucking planned out and like how he just basically got released by the Giants, I did see a report that say he requested to be released. If that's true, then okay, I'll back off. But if that's not true and they basically just said, you're not our quarterback, we don't want you here, like we're gonna release you, that is unprofessional as fuck from a professional organization. You let down not only your fans and the people who are within your organization, like how colleges got boosters. NFL got some type of boosters, but not like how boosters take over in the college game. But like though you let those people down, you let longtime fans down, longtime players. You letting them down because like at this point you basically said I'm giving up on you. And for an organization, even when they're as terrible as they are sometimes, they never give up on players. They never give up on people. They literally stick with their guy until it's time to really move on from that guy. And the fact that y'all got rid of Daniel Jones is blasphemy. You quit on him. You quit on him. Now, like I said, if the statement I saw was true that he requested to be released, then I take that back, and that's a 50-50 agreement between y'all that I have no part of being in the end because I wasn't there. So I'll let y'all have that. But if it's that y'all just said, fuck you, we're going to get rid of you, that is the most unprofessional organization in football. And I'm talking about more than the Jaguars, more than the Titans, more like, because those, like, there's some bad organizations out there, but there's some that are just asshole and real terrible organizations out there. And the Giants are one of them. So let me know in the comment section what you think is next for Daniel Jones and next for the Giants. In my opinion, go to the Cowboys, Daniel Jones. You said you wanted to go to a contending team. First of all, no contending team is going to offer you, bro. What team is a contender team that actually needs a quarterback? The Vikings? No, Sam Darnold's actually doing real good. Keep that train rolling. Seattle? They going to keep the train rolling with Geno Smith. Kyler Murray is in with the Cardinals. You can go to the Jaguars, but that's not a playoff contention team. The Cowboys are not a playoff contention team either, but still, you can go there and you can make them a wild card team. They're borderline wild card if they don't lose another game. They have to literally maybe lose one more game out of the season, then they can be a wild card team. Other than that, there's no team in the NFL, Daniel Jones, there's no team in the NFL right now that is a playoff contention team that needs a quarterback. There's none. The only reason that I say you get a job at a playoff contention team that needs a quarterback is if Tua gets hurt again. If Tua gets hurt again and he can't play, then that makes sense for Daniel Jones to go to Miami. But until then, dude, there's no team in the league. There's really no team in the league that will take you. Either they really suck or they're really good and they already got their quarterback. So there's no way you're going to sit here and tell me, I'm going to go to a team that's playoff contention. Unless you plan on being the second string. Like, if you plan on being the second string, it makes sense. But if you plan on playing, then doesn't make sense. Like, you are not going to play. I don't know what you thought this was, what was going to happen, but you're not going to play. Let's get that out your head. Okay. Like I said earlier, for the Cowboys, what's next for the Cowboys as well? Not only what's next for the Daniel Jones and the Giants, what's next for the Cowboys? Cowboys, I feel like I just said it. I think they should go get Daniel Jones, and they should play him, see what happens. But besides that, Mike McCarthy, in my opinion, I feel like if Mike McCarthy even had another 12-4 season, or 12-5? Yeah, 12-4, 12-5 season. Even if he had another 12, 13 win season, I don't think Mike McCarthy comes back unless they go to the Super Bowl. Not just, maybe even win it. Like, you have to win that. For Mike McCarthy, you have to win the Super Bowl. Because not only are the fans against you, it looks like your own locker room is against you. Your own owner sometimes won't even call you on your name for stuff. Nobody trusts you. Nobody wants to be a part of you with that organization, from fans to inside the organization. I think Mike McCarthy is a great coach. Don't get me wrong. I think he's misunderstood because he does coach the Cowboys. And the reason I say that, look at this. Just think about this for a second. Matt LaFleur, coach of the Green Bay Packers. How many great seasons has he had with Aaron Rodgers? And how many great seasons has he had, period, as a head coach? But especially with Aaron, most of his career was with Aaron Rodgers. How many of those seasons that he had that was real good, they was number one in the NFC, number two in the NFC, they was in the NFC championship games 9 times out of 10, all of that, and nobody batted an eye to say fire him, even though he's lost so many of those games. He hasn't got to a Super Bowl with the Packers yet. Matt LaFleur hasn't. And he's been on the Packers. He's been known as one of the best coaches. Oh, he's a smart coach. And this and that. I remember when he was the Titans offensive coordinator. Like, Everybody say he's a smart coach. He's this. He's that. Like, he's a genius. But he's doing the same thing that Mike McCarthy's doing, getting 12-plus wins, going to the playoffs, and stinking up the joint, and nobody bats an eye to fire him. Nobody does. Now, get it? Like I just said, it's two different organizations, two different scenarios. The Cowboys are always going to be looked at as the Cowboys. Not only do the Cowboys and the owner of the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, have their standard and they think they're better than everybody, their fans think the same thing. So it's not that we hate the Cowboys. We hate the fans. And then we hate the people associated with the Cowboys because y'all think the Cowboys are the shit. And they're not. But, I will say, Mike McCarthy is a great coach, and I think he will not have a problem going to find another job if he wants to pursue another job. I don't think he's going to have a problem going out there to get another job. I just think the Cowboys' job is just too much of a spotlight on anybody. That's why I don't think Deion Sanders really wants that job. Now, he probably wants his son to go to the Cowboys. I get that, but he don't want that job of head coach of the Cowboys. Like, that's a spotlight that you don't really need, that you don't want and that you don't need in your life. I don't think Shedeur is going to the Cowboys, if that answers some of y'all questions. I don't think he's going to the Cowboys because there's no way that you sign a quarterback to the contract you signed him to just to say, all right, we're going to go draft a quarterback with our top pick. No. Go draft a receiver. Go draft a running back. Go draft the offense. Now look, for this, like, think about this for real. Like, I hate the word tanking because that pisses me off. Oh, you might as well tank. Shut up. If you sit here and say tank for something, you absolutely have no idea what it is, what it takes to be an athlete and out there competing. You have no idea because no athlete out there wants to tank. No team out there wants to tank. No coach wants to tank. Nobody wants to tank. It's just so happened this year we're just not good. Or everybody else is just better than us right now. And then it could be, oh, we're banged up and this and that. It doesn't matter. You're just not good right now. I hate the word tanking. But if we're talking about it, just if you somehow just not continue to be trash, go to the end of the year, dude, do you not know that let's take quarterbacks out of the equation? Because even though it's not loaded, but it's a nice quarterback class this year. But like I just said, it's not loaded. It's not, oh, wow. No, like the only players that I'm saying, oh, wow, to are Shedeur, Quinn Ewers, and to be honest, really it. Just those two. That I'm like, oh, wow. They're going to be good. But other than that, man, if you continue to lose games, forget the quarterbacks. You have a player like Travis Hunter on the board. Ashton Genty. The running back who just went crazy on Colorado last week from Kansas. Neal. Dude, there's so many skill positions. Mostly the running back, but it's running back and receivers that are going to be coming out of this year's into this year's draft that you have the leverage to get somebody. Pair him up. You pay CD, so CD's going to be there. Get him another young receiver to teach him the ways, or get you a running back in there that's going to be fresh, that's going to be young, come in there on a rookie deal, and be one of the best running backs in the league. Any of these running backs that's coming into the draft can easily be a top 5 running back next year. Genty, Neal, I just talked about from Kansas. The running back from Texas Tech. He broke Texas Tech record, most all-time rushing yards record. Dude, it's a lot of running backs in this class that's coming that you can take and you can add to help Dak out, to help CD out. You know what I'm saying? Bring a receiver in to help Dak out and to help CD to get one-on-one coverage off of him. Look at how the Vikings are doing right now. When they drafted Jordan Addison, a lot of people was like, well, you already got Justin Jefferson. Why would you get Jordan Addison? Look how much pressure Jordan Addison takes off of Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson was at first just getting double teamed all the time. Now you can't double team him because you got to worry about Jordan Addison going off. And we can't double Jordan Addison because even if Justin Jefferson don't catch a pass, we know who the fuck Justin Jefferson is. And we're not going to leave him one-on-one with anybody. So, Cowboys, please take your time thinking about this. You don't need a quarterback. Dak is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Now, this year, it has been a struggle. You have no receivers, and you really don't have a good offensive line, and you have no run game. So, it's hard for a quarterback to prosper in that. But at the same time, Dak is still, when healthy, and when he has nice weapons around him, Dak is easily one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and you paid him right. So, do not get rid of Dak. Look about, hey, everything else. People, now, guess what? People are going to be mad that you didn't pick up Shedeur Sanders, or you didn't pick up Carson Beck, or you didn't pick up any. Fuck them. Okay? Let them go do whatever they want to. They're going to watch anyway. Go get you a skill position player. Go get you an offensive lineman. Go get you a defensive lineman. Go get you something that's going to help you out. Not just no bullshit for glitz and glamour. Because glitz and glamour don't win nothing. You're just going to be there looking stupid. All right, any of my Cowboys fans, let me know in the comment section what you think about that take and that segment, because even though I hate the Cowboys with a passion, I just want to see people win, and especially my black people, and Dak Prescott being a brother. I want to see him win and prosper, and I hate that he's getting so unfairly unjudged because it's the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are expected to be good every year, and sometimes you're just not, and it is what it is, man. I would say, though, one last thing on that. That's why as a society, too, in the sports world, we would never get anywhere because people rush so fast for things to happen. People want you to be good in 2 years, and if you start to become bad, they want to get rid of you. They want to fire you. You only got one season to prove that you're good. If not, then you're fired. If that's the case, a lot of your older head coaches, older players, wouldn't be who they are. You wouldn't put like right now, being honest, in this day and age, you're not gonna put Dan Marino in the Hall of Fame. Yes, he has the numbers for it. Yes, he has the accolades for it. But back then, they gave you time. And even though he was winning games but not winning championships, they still gave him time. Like, he's good enough to win. And he just never did. Same with Jim Kelly. Same with a lot of quarterbacks like that are great. They just didn't get a chance to win. Or the ones that only won one championship. Okay? The ones that only won 2 championships, 3 championships. Like, they gave them time to develop. John Elway, he didn't come into the league just killing, winning championships. It took him a long time. It took Troy Aikman a long time to win championships. It took a lot of players a long time to win championships. Not everybody just came in and started winning. So until we learn as a fan base and as an executive office that rushing ain't going to get you nowhere, but to the beginning of the race again, you can't fucking run. You can't run 30 minutes in a race that takes 2 hours and then say, this is not working, I'm not going to make it, and try to start all the way over and make it into – it doesn't work like that. So please check yourselves at the door, because y'all are the reasons why the game is ruined. All right. Last night I was able to watch Memphis versus UConn. Memphis Tigers versus UConn. Not the whole game, just a little bit towards the end. If I was a betting man, I would sit here and tell you, go put a parlay on Memphis versus UConn in the finals, or in the championship game, and in the Final Four. At least in the Final Four. Memphis and UConn in the Final Four. That was a entertaining game. I hold UConn up to a high standard of they are the team to beat. They are the team to watch and beat. They are scary, of course. So Memphis giving them a fight. And a couple of other teams have given them a fight, but Memphis, it's something about Memphis that they pest UConn. So I want to see Memphis. I can see Memphis and UConn, at least in the Final Four for sure, but definitely, hopefully, in the national championship game. That would be good to watch. I will talk more about college basketball as the season goes by and football season ends. But yeah, that was just one game I happened to watch last night that was real good and phenomenal. I wanted to talk about that one. When these college kids are going to the NBA, yeah, NBA has been real good, real nice. Joel Embiid, I don't know what's going on with him and the Sixers, but that is a mess already. That's worse than the Cowboys situation. That's really worse than the Giants situation, and nobody's left yet. NBA Cup, I had my chance to go to see LeBron in person for the first time play. But not only that, I got to see an NBA Cup game in person. The court was lit. The court was nice. It was a good atmosphere, actually. To the NBA Cup, to the NBA, please tell me what you think about this idea. I would say that NBA Cup, the winner of the NBA Cup should automatically get a playoff bid. Now, you say, well, they don't know because what if the Brooklyn Nets just pull their head out of their ass and win the NBA Cup? Well, that's the joy of it. And I think you'll get, like, these players are taking the NBA Cup serious, but I think you would take it more serious if you say, oh, if you win the NBA Cup, you get an automatic playoff bid. Dude, you know, those, especially on those young teams, the Pistons, their ears would have perked up. They probably would have tried to win every game. Houston, ears would have perked up, try to win every game. Like, those young teams would have came by showing the OG teams. So, in my opinion, NBA Cup winner should get an automatic playoff bid. What you think? What you guys think about that? Tell me in the comment section. Am I reaching? Is it too much? Or maybe that's not it. Let me know what you think about that. I was watching the Grizzlies play, and I saw everybody talking about this Asian guy and how Ja was basically fucking around with him, protecting him, had him on protect mode, right? And they was in Memphis doing their thing. That reminded me of a quick story of, I remember when I went to a Memphis game. This was in 2012, I want to say. So in 2012, we was at the game, Memphis versus the Knicks, because my dad's a Knicks fan. He's from New York. So we was there, and we got there early, so we was able to go down to the court and, like, really just watch them play and warm up. Now, the first person I see, now this is 2012, so we're talking about Melo, Mari Stoudemire, all these cats are on the Knicks, right? So we go down there. we get to go down there for a little bit. First player we see on the court is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo's by himself. Well, he got a trainer with him, but he's really by himself, just working on his post moves, post game, doing a couple of shots up and doing that. Now, let me tell you something. My very first instinct was, Melo, you are tall as shit. Why the fuck are you trying to be in the post all the time? Man, why are you trying to shoot threes all the time? Take your big ass in the post and lay it up on these little niggas. Like, you are big as hell. Like, I'm like, yo, why is Melo always trying to shoot threes? Like, the fuck is, like, he's a big motherfucker, right? As I say that, literally, bro, as I say that, Amari Stoudemire comes out, and I'm looking like, God damn. Then, right after he comes out, Marc Gasol comes over to where he was at, signing autographs. I'm at the 15th row up. I'm at the 15th row, and I'm looking Marc Gasol in his eyes. That's when I say, yep, you know what? Never mind, Melo. Take your ass back into the three-point line and shoot threes. Because that, first of all, fuck that. Yeah, these are some big motherfuckers. But not only that, what happened was the teams finally came out. We were like 20 minutes before tip-off. Teams came out and they're practicing, right? Dude, I'm watching where we was sitting at first. At first, the Knicks were warming up where we was at. So I'm looking, and I'm like, hey, I tap my stepdad. I was like, yo, Keith. I said, yo, who is that Asian nigga right there on the Knicks? He was like, who? I was like, yo, it's some Asian dude right here. Like, and when I say he amazed the fuck out of me, he was shooting like he could shoot whatever three. He didn't miss a three. He was dunking. He was doing everything, and like literally his last shot before he got to sit down was a little lob to the air to himself, self alley oop, and this man did like a little windmill reverse. I looked at Keith. I said, "Who is this Asian dude? Why is they not playing him?" Then my stepdad's like, you know how it is. Like he ain't gonna play. He don't really play anyway. Whatever. Okay, Melo gets hurt that game, twists his ankle, so he already left. They was already getting their ass whooped. So they put in garbage time minutes or players for garbage time minutes. And then that's when I was like, yo, who's this Jeremy Lin dude? Didn't do it. Or who's this Asian dude? Didn't do anything. Then 2 weeks later, that's when Linsanity came out. And that's when he took over. And I'm at a restaurant eating with me and my best friend. And I look up and I say, hey, that's the Asian dude that was at the game killing in Memphis. And then it became Linsanity. He became Jeremy Lin. That story, because I saw a job with that Asian guy and they was messing around. That reminded me of that story of how just how that all unfolded. So I was there when like 2 weeks before Jeremy Lin became Linsanity, but I was there and I want to say I was one of the first ones to be like, this Asian dude is good. Somebody need to talk to him and somebody need to play him. All right. Before we end the episode, of course, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. We talked about that. Football is coming up. We're going to talk about a couple of games. We're going to predict a couple of games. First of all, we're going to do college, okay? First game I'm going to talk about. Usually this game happens on Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving, but I know it happens around this time. Ole Miss and Mississippi State. That's going to be at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is coming in at I don't think they're going to be top 12 ranked, but I don't think the rankings have came out yet. I got to go see. But Mississippi State travels down to Ole Miss, plays Ole Miss. I'm going to say Ole Miss is going to take that game. I got Ole Miss in that game. Thursday night, actually, Thanksgiving night, you got Memphis and Tulane. In Tulane, both teams are 9-2. Tulane is ranked number 20, though. I think that's going to change too. But I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Memphis taking this game. Tulane is the 14-point favorite. I got Memphis winning this game on Thanksgiving. Come on, Memphis, bring it home for the home state. For the rest of the week, for the rest of the time being, it's mostly rivalry week. South Carolina plays Clemson in Clemson. I think Clemson can take that game, actually. A game that I really don't talk about, I usually don't hear being talked about, but it's actually going to be probably a good one to watch especially if you're an SEC fan. Tennessee plays Vanderbilt in Vanderbilt. That's going to be on ABC 11 o'clock. I know Tennessee is probably going to win this game, but I'm going to take Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt has the chance to upset another team, put another team in probably hurts of getting to a playoff spot, and I think Vanderbilt got it, and I think they can do it. Important game. Night game on ABC. Texas Longhorns play Texas A&M Aggies in Texas A&M. That's what's important, that the game is in Texas A&M, because Texas can lose. Anybody who plays Texas A&M in Texas A&M is always hard because you can lose that game. All right. That was my college. Let's get into some NFL. Thursday. Of course, Thanksgiving Day. First game up, Chicago, Detroit in Detroit. That's going to be the first game at 11:30 a.m. Central. It's going to be 12:30 Eastern. Detroit is winning that game, hands down. There's no way. Chicago has no chance at all. At all. They have no chance. New York Giants go down to Dallas and play the Cowboys in Dallas. You know what? I'm going to make the joke of this is going to be a perfect game to take a nap, but it might be a good game. I'm going to take the Cowboys winning this game. I think Cowboys come in and they got something to prove right now, and they're going to win this game. And for the night game, we got Miami Dolphins playing the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay on Thursday night. That's going to be the game that everybody kind of wakes up from their nap and they're watching, or they get a second plate, third plate, get the dessert, and they go watch. And I will say I take Miami Dolphins in this. I think Miami needs this game, and I think they can pull together and take this game. Black Friday night, Las Vegas Raiders play the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs get this dub. I think the Raiders compete well and they compete good. It's just you kind of want to lose right now. Like, you want that chance to get Shedeur and possibly can get Travis Hunter as well. But you want that shot at it, and I think might as well just keep on going on with the losing that y'all are doing. Nothing, no disrespect, just saying that. All right. Eagles play the Ravens on in the afternoon game. It's going to be on CBS in Baltimore. I'm going to sit here and say Baltimore takes that game. I think Baltimore takes that game. I think the Eagles are too hot, and they need a game to lose, and Baltimore needs a game to win. So I think this is the perfect game for Baltimore to bounce back and get on their feet. Sunday night, San Francisco 49ers. Hopefully Brock Purdy is back because he screwed me out of my fantasy win last week. 49ers play the Bills in Buffalo. Even with Brock Purdy back, it's tough. I think the Bills probably pull out that game. I think they still win that game. And then on Monday night, we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Denver Broncos. Okay, Cleveland Browns versus Denver Broncos. It's going to be a crazy game because we expect Denver to win, but I would not be surprised if the Browns put up their A game and they go crazy. And you know who else is coming back for a reunion? It could go off. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is going to Browns, and he could come back to Denver and put up a show. Why did y'all trade me away? This is why that was a mistake. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening and being here on this Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving Eve, going into tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day. Have fun, be with your family, eat some good food, have some great time. Don't start no arguments. If you get drunk, be safe, okay? Go call an Uber from your family house. You can always come back to your family house to get your car if you need to, but don't get drunk too much. Don't start fights, all right? Till next time, love you guys. Thank you guys so much.